If you remember, last week I shared with you a rumor. I mean, an article based on a rumor coming from Reuters. So it wasn't like a kind of a street rumor. It was a rumor coming from an official kind of reliable source, all right, in the name of Reuters, and they were anticipating that as soon as Emmanuel Macron, is re-elected as the French president, then they're going to go ahead. I mean, by there, I mean Europe is going to go ahead and start moving forward towards a full ban on Russian oil. And that ultimately will drive price of oil really, really, really higher. Talking about $180 per barrel. All right, so let me show now with you that we know the details, but because I'm making a follow-up video because now we have official, results from the French elections that Emmanuel Macron re-elected president of France, beating far-right candidate Marine Le Pen. All right, folks, this potentially, it's lining up with what Reuters was expecting. And let me share with you why I think it is kind of where the truth, lines be in the midst of all this. Well, since the war started, all the sanctions have not really put Russia where the West expected it to be in terms of, economic downturn, because Russia is still kind of doing kind of well given the circumstances with everything happening, on as far as commodities price are remaining higher when it comes to wheat, when it comes to gas, and natural gas, and when it comes to oil. All right, why? Because Russia is really one of the top producers of major commodities around the world. Now, the thing is, since all these sanctions started, Putin, the Russian president, is not backing off. As a matter of fact, he's moving forward. And some people familiar with the matter, generals or former generals from Russia, are saying that, until he gets what he wants with Ukraine, he will not back off, all right? And that's why some people are calling, by people, the West, is now calling on this kind of nail on the coffin to stop definitely, or to have a big, a break into the ambitions from Putin. And that is ultimately about making sure that they don't have money coming in from selling any more oil. And that's why they're talking about this full ban on Russia oil and gas. Now, the thing is, now there is no such thing. All right. Few countries or few companies decided, based on the other sanctions, that they are pulling away from Russia, but there is not an official full ban. And if this goes through, then yeah, the price of oil can ultimately go to maybe 180 or 200 barrels a dollar. Some people thought about 300. Well, can the economy sustain that? Ultimately, no, because it will bring the global economy into a global deep recession, and that's not good because nobody wants that. So far it's just a rumor, but the thing is, in the market, as you can see here, the price of oil is still around 101.75. The thing is, in the market, we usually use this phrase: buy the rumor, sell the news, because as soon as you hear something, then there is no smoke without fire. So there might be a little bit of truth here. Now the thing is, let's see how it goes, and if it unfolds, then let's see how the market reacts to it. But this could ultimately give people who place some of the bets, smart bets into this move, because ultimately the price of oil will remain higher. All right. But the thing is, the price of companies producing oil, the price of oil and gas companies, it's not even trading as if oil was at 100. And we've been here almost 3 months now, but they're still lagging, especially after the recent pullback we've seen on Friday. So me, as an investor, if I hear stuff like this, what I'm doing is I'm looking at, oil and gas companies. And I've always recommended, suggested or shared with you the ones that I'm holding right now in my portfolio as a swing trade or a day trade or even the long-term investment. So I will always recommend, if you want to get into oil, especially as we now have, French president being elected, and if Reuters is right, then this might be a very big catalyst to the oil and gas stocks. So Callon Petroleum right now is trading at 55. But you know what the price target on this stock is? It's 104. 104, which which potentially can be met in the next few weeks now that they're reporting earnings. in the next few weeks, maybe 6 to 8 weeks, or maybe 2 months. But it's worth doubling your money if you put it now. All right. Another one is CDF. CDF, Sentinel Development, right now at 824. The price target here are going from 10 to 11. So we're talking about maybe a 40 to 45% upside. And if you want like a hefty dividend, then Devon Energy is another one. You also have VET, which is a very, very diverse in terms of production and exposure to the whole globe, Vermilion Energy. I mean, you have a bunch of them, but these ones that I'm sharing with you guys are only the ones that I've been investing and trading, swing trading and day trading for the last, 2.5 years. So I kind of know the analysis based on my experience with these stocks, but if you really want to get the one that are kind of, the favorites of the market, then you have the Diamond Black Energy, you have the Apache, the Marathon Oil. But the bottom line is, again, as the market used to say, there's a saying in the market, buy the rumor and sell the news, because usually there is no smoke without fire. So let's see how this unfolds, and let me know in the comment section if you are involved in some of these stocks, or if you're considering buying, and see how much money you will be able to make as we get into earnings in the next 2 weeks.